Inflation vanishes from Hungary again, but is negative inflation or deflation looming? I'm Monica Gibson, and with me down the line to discuss the latest economic data from the country is Gergely Ürmössy from Erste Bank in Budapest. Gergely, there is some talk that CPI will fall below zero before the end of the year. You forecast a 2.1% year-on-year figure, but what do you make of the suggestion by some the MNB has neglected inflation as an issue?
Well, first of all, I don't think we will see deflation again in Hungary this year or in the coming years. Basically, we expect accelerating inflation by the end of this year due to basically base effects that will run out by the end of this year. So, the overall inflation outlook is still favorable regarding the National Bank. We expect this year to average roughly 0.2% and next year 2.4%. So the central bank remains within its mandate by keeping the current low key rate up. So if you look at the details, you can see that mainly the sharp drop in fuel prices affected the headline CPI data in August. And if you look at the core inflation, which filters out the effect of the drop of fuel prices, then you can see that it's unchanged. So basically the long-term outlook in Hungary hasn't changed much.
In annual terms, IP rose 3.4%, which is the lowest year-on-year increase of the last 9 months. Analysts say, however, there is no reason to be concerned as the rising trend has not been broken. Do you agree?
Well, I wouldn't worry much about the July data because, in Hungary, in July and August, basically the summer months are always somewhat slower than the other months in the year. Basically, since the weight of the car manufacturing industry is huge within industry, the swings of the growth figures has been amplified. So if this sluggish growth rate remains with us, even in September, then we should think about whether we should worry. But for the time being, I think these hard data are pretty much in line with the PMIs.
While staying away from the politics of the migrant situation affecting Europe at present, a research note from Erste highlights reinstalling border controls, for example, could have a negative impact on industries, hinder local production and weigh on Hungarian GDP growth. But what can you tell us about the growth structure and what do you expect to be the main drivers and drags moving forward?
Well, last year Hungary had a pretty good year regarding growth. The GDP grew by 3.6%, and we expect some deceleration. Our estimate is 2.8% growth for this year. Basically, the main driver last year was investment, led by the funds absorbed from the European Union, and also the National Bank gave huge support to corporate lending by its funding for growth scheme. This year, the weight should shift to more domestic demand as household consumption should strengthen thanks to the real wage growth. And also, if the global conjuncture remains relatively strong, then the Hungarian export dynamics could also support growth.
Now, if we look at the currency, given ratings upgrades in H2, analysts believe a bullish bias can be maintained for Euro HUF. Tomorrow, we'll see MNB minutes to be released and a September US hike still a possibility. But what do you think the central bank will do next, and what levels should we keep an eye out for in terms of Euro HUF?
Well, in my view, the key rate at 1.35% will be sustained at least until by the end of next year. In July, when the National Bank of Hungary finished the rate-cutting cycle, the governor stressed that the council would like to keep the current rate for a prolonged period, and it is justified by the inflation outlook. And also, as long as the European Central Bank keeps up buying bonds, it should support the Hungarian bond and also FX market. So I don't think that the central bank will be forced to hike the rate prematurely. And we expect the euro has to head up north, so the forint to weaken due to the low interest rate differential and the upcoming tightening in the United States.
Gergely, pleasure to speak with you. Thank you for your insights. Well, viewers, thank you for watching, and if you like what you saw, click back for more exclusive interviews with Dukoscopy TV. Goodbye for now.